Tell me 1, 2, 3. Alright, I'm probably streaming here, but it always takes you guys a while to pile in. So this is just for the people on YouTube. Hello, YouTube people. We like you too. You should come join the stream sometime, because then you can ask me questions. And I can answer them. Always double click. Click, click. I'll save that for later. Hey, there's people here. Good afternoon, guys. Oh. Let's see. You guys can't see what I'm seeing here, but we just updated a bunch of stuff, including updating our terrain shader so it can handle instancing, which is awesome. But unfortunately, one of the things that means is that it's now going through. I just synced up. I just got checked in, including it was checked in on the map I wanted to work on. So I went ahead and synced, only to find that pretty much every map in the game was touched. And so right now my life is a progress bar, updating shaders. Waiting for it, waiting for it. Could be a while. Yeah, the terrain shader change should, for many cities it won't matter. There's a lot of the older cities that are still on the old shader and the really old terrain stuff that have, like, terrain is a big chunk of their performance challenges. So this moves them to be both on the new shader, which is faster. Many of them were already on the newer shader. But it also, we are moving to instancing for terrain, so we will see, but it's very exciting. But unfortunately, I am sitting here with a hold on Unity dialog while it builds shader after shader after shader after shader. It's very exciting. Let's see what it's doing to my CPU too. Not too bad. I should be able to stream fine. But that means instead of working on the map until that is actually done updating, I am going to be staring at a progress bar, which actually means I'll be in-game. So something you might notice is I'm on a newer, several version newer client than you guys. I'm on 944. I think 942 might be live. I'm not entirely sure. I think it is 942. So I've been keeping you guys up to date on everything. One of the things that has happened is there's two guys that if something goes really, really wrong with the publish process, which I've shown you guys pretty much clicking a button. Well, that button works about 95% of the time. The challenge is the 5% of the time it doesn't work. It takes, I'd say it takes someone with a PhD, but I think our PhD couldn't figure it out either. It takes Burning Toad or Lord Subtleton are the only two that know it well enough so they can just go in and try and figure out what to fix. The rest of us are kind of like, well, let's look at this. Nope, that's not it. Now let's look at this. Nope, that's not it. You know, we're all super experienced tech guys. We can always just sit there and pull the threads, but that thread pulling to figure out what is actually wrong with things. I'm trying to see where my fingers need to be so that you can see my hand gestures today. I zoomed in my camera a little bit. But that can take a long time. So the fear is I do a publish and neither of those two guys are available and something goes wrong, then bad stuff can happen. So right now, maybe he's about to get off a plane, but Lord Subtleton's on a plane to Barcelona, going over to where Taz is. It's actually for his longtime girlfriend. They're going over to Barcelona for her birthday. It's a milestone birthday. I won't name what it is, but it's a milestone. Let's just say that. And then the other guy, Burning Toad, is on a plane back from Japan right now. He said early this morning, he said getting on a plane in 30 minutes, and it's something like an 18-hour flight. So, Cypher Black question: what are the sizes of the largest player dungeons? So I've not gone to do a poll to figure that out yet. We're hold on, my computer just told me I'm out of disk space. What kind of nonsense is that? Oh my goodness. What has happened? Hold on, I gotta run Windeer stat. Pronto! Oh, you know what this is? I know what this is. This is earlier Unity crashed. Unity, the client crashed, or the editor crashed. And it always pops up, like after it crashes, pops up friendly. Hey, tell us about your problem and upload your crash logs and upload your project. So I always unclick the upload the project because it almost always fails. And then if we do upload it, they don't care anyways. Today I was in a bad mood, and when Unity, the editor, crashed, and it came up and said upload the project, and I pretty much did an FU Unity. Take your, I have 160 or 180 gigs of project. So my guess is Unity actually created a dump log and filled up my hard drive. And now I got to go free up some space. So give me a minute here. I have 255 megabytes free. Going to do that. Oh, so largest dungeon. So I've not done a poll on what the actual largest dungeon is. Yes, it is. There it is. A lovely 70 gig crash report. Hold on. Let me delete that. Yes, there you go. Okay, all better now. But yeah, of course Tazar and his group, Order of the Drunken Elders, I think is their name, ODE. But they have like a big project that Tazar has that he keeps. He's got a couple of them because it's tied to your account, not to a single house. How much you've expanded your dungeon. Hold on, turning off the phone. So I know his is like in the 1600 range. I haven't looked for a second place or even verify that he's first place. But we are Undone. I think I mentioned this last stream, but Undone is going to start working on some data metrics pulling stuff because we're going to be pulling a lot of that data now to expose to you guys in the form of basically leaderboard charts. We'll have leaderboards for all sorts of stuff, and just as we think of things, we're going to try and get them on a leaderboard so you guys can see stuff. But it'll also be used for like global stuff, but then there'll also be we plan to make use of it locally, so you can see locally. You can go to the town crier and see like, hey, show me the information about the dungeons in town, and see like which are the biggest ones, which have are set for adventure, which are set for open, which have had the most playtime recently. So that type of stuff. Hope somebody's informed the crowd that yes, Chris is streaming. Now that I've got enough people in here, coming up on 100. Oh, and I'm falling behind here. Yesterday, I think I forgot to say Red Dog 31. Follow. Thank you very much. I remember thanking Spec. I didn't remember thanking Red Dog, though. Soda Vespers did a follow. How are you not already following me? Lancel Lancermain, thank you for the 10 bits. Thank you, Lancel. And again, I'll give a plug for Lancel's... oh, wait, that's Lancel Lancermain, not Lancel88. So gotta change the account to match closer? That's a tricky one. Legion of Myth, Raid 38. Thank you very much, Legion of Myth. That's awesome. Thanks for growing my viewership here real quick. Hopefully I can return the favor here at the end, if you're still around. Annabelle Lewinbach, thank you for the follow. But anyways, so yes, we'll start pulling some more of that data. That's Undone is pretty much has his fingers in all the data in the query, and we have a bunch of processes set up that he makes use of where we can have like hourly pulls that pull from our database stuff. And in case you're wondering, that even though it's like a big query thing, it doesn't slow down the game at all, because I might be done with the shader compile. Nope. Because we use, for those who've heard me talk about in the past, we use a 3-box Mongo cluster, MongoDB, which is like Memcache DB, NoSQL DB. But one of them is basically a mirror of the live DB. One of them is a mirror for backup, so it's the failover. One of them is just a mirror that's primarily for this exact type of query that I'm talking about, where we can go in and like not worry about screwing up live, but just do some harsh queries and data mining on things. So anyways, he'll be doing some of that soon. We're hoping to get some of that stuff rolled out in our 65. Let's see. Yeah, and they do a lot of group stuff. I mean, that's kind of the thing. This is Taiki Vetra saying that they get assistance building. Yeah, they do. They're pretty organized group. There's a couple guilds out there that are pretty organized. They're one of the, I don't even know how many people are in theirs, but they definitely are organized and work together on things. Yes, it is me, Lancel87. I tried to make it easier. That's good. That way, when you win your prize, I don't have to go search for it. I think you're in my sent to recently list, though. Let's see. So today, you guys might not be able to find me. As I pointed out, I am on the updated version of the client that we have not pushed out to you guys yet. You can scroll back on the YouTube and hear the long reason for that. But basically, it's the two guys who are the best at firefighting, build, publish problems are both on planes. One going across that way, one going across that way. Actually, I guess the guy coming from Japan, Burning Toads, they're both probably going the same way. Did I just crash? Crash? What the hell, computer? Am I even still streaming? Did I get kicked off? Am I here? Am I alive? No, that's, I think that was Unity. I mean, that shocks me, but it looks like it did something that used a ton of CPU, which is surprising for those of you who've heard me complain about Unity, because it's usually only single-threaded. I think it probably was doing some shader compiling, but it pretty much locked up my whole computer. Maybe it spawned a bunch of things that gobbled up all the memory. Not quite sure. But anyways, everything froze up, and like I couldn't get anything, even Control-Alt-Delete, couldn't get a task manager up. But yes, I am back. And again, I always forget this stuff. I always forget that you guys aren't all multi-time viewers. For those who are curious, I do have my puppy dog here. He is also the block for my chat over there in case people send me messages. Hopefully not rude messages. He's kind of sleepy today. I'm going to leave him just so you can see his nose. As soon as my editor gets unblocked here, I will try to jump in and do some editing there.